all. My dear friends, let us continue our journey in the world of IPR by picking a section of the Patents Act 1970. Okay, so till now we have discussed all the relevant sections and rules that was based upon a particular form number. Okay, and till now we have covered up to form number 12 and its relevant sections and rules. Okay, so now is the turn for form number 13. So let us have a look in brief what is form number 13. Just take a look here. Form 13, application for amendment of patent application. Fine. So with this brief title we will continue in detail with the relevant sections and rules. Fine. Okay, let us proceed. 13. Form number 13 has the title Application for Amendment of the Application for Patent or Complete Specification. That means we need to apply for the amendment of the application or the complete specification. This is the title, and the related section is 57 and the related rule is Rule 81, Sub Rule 1. So section 57 has the title Amendment of Application and Specification or any document related thereto before the controller. Fine. And similarly, Rule 81 says Amendment of Application, Specification or any document relating thereto. So you can see here the keyword is application, the keyword is amendment. Here you can see the keyword amendment. In section you can see the word amendment. In rule also you can see the keyword amendment, and here the relationship has been established with form 13. Next we will have picked up section 57 that is relevant to form number 13. Okay, and section 57 comes from chapter 10, and chapter 10 is the title of chapter 10 is Amendment of Applications and Specifications. Okay, and the title for section 57 is Amendment of Application and Specification or any document related thereto before controller. Okay, so I am reading the title of the section again. Take a look. Section 57 is Amendment of Application and Specification or any document related thereto before controller. Fine. So literally we know, friends, we can define amendment like this: a part that is added or a small change that is made to a piece of writing, especially to law. That's why we can say that an act of amending something. Okay. So if I say it in Hindi, this is Sansodhan Prakriya. Fine. Or this is we can say किसमें ये applicable है? कानून में जो संशोधन प्रक्रिया कहते हैं exactly more oftenly यहीं पे लागू होता है for any kind of legal document. Moreover, this term is applied to legal world, but literally it can have a wide use as well. Fine. Okay, let us proceed then. There are about 6 subsections of section 57, and I have picked up some keywords or key terms or key phrases as per my intellect. You can choose your own, as I always say. Fine. So let us proceed. For subsection 1, the key phrase is to be amended. Okay. For subsection 2, this is application for leave to amend. For subsection 3, it is after the grant of patent. For subsection 4, any person interested. For subsection 5, an amendment of the priority date. And for subsection 6, the key phrase is without prejudice to the right of an applicant for a patent to amend. Okay, so please try to correlate and please try to remember these key phrases or key terms so that you can very well remember the subsections of the particular section, and as a whole you can memorize the theme of the section, and here particularly section 57. Fine, let us move to the next slide. Now we will discuss subsection 1 of section 57. Okay, subsection 1 says, subject to the provisions of section 59, the controller may, upon application made under this section in the prescribed manner by an applicant for a patent or by a patentee, allow the application for the patent or the complete specification or any document relating thereto to be amended subject to such conditions, if any, as the controller thinks fit, provided that the controller shall not pass any order allowing or refusing an application to amend an application for a patent or a specification or any document relating thereto under this section, while any suit before a court for the infringement of the patent or any proceeding before the High Court for the revocation of the patent is pending, whether the suit or proceeding commenced before or after the filing of the application to amend. Confusing? Okay, no worries. We can see the key terms here and we will try to find out the meaning of this subsection in a very simple way. Fine. So, friends, here we see subject to the provisions of section 59. So, first of all, we should know what is section 59. So, section 59 is supplementary provisions aids to amendment of application or specification. That means section 59 discusses about the supplementary provisions for the amendment of application or a specification. Fine. So, subject to the provisions of section 59, the controller may, upon application made under this section, that means when an application is made under this section. So, what is this section? Means section 57. Fine. This section means section 57 and the title for section 57 is Amendment of Application and Specification or any document related thereto before controller. And here the single star indicates here this particular key term or the key phrase within the brackets is inserted by Act 38 of 2000 to section 28 with effective from 20th May 2003. Fine. Now we will proceed. Okay. Upon application made under this section in the prescribed manner by an applicant for a patent or by a patentee, that means the person may be an applicant or may be a patentee, and we know very well the difference between an applicant and a patentee in our previous lectures. Okay. Now, allow the application for the patent or the complete specification or any document relating thereto to be amended subject to such conditions, if any, as the controller thinks fit. That means the controller allows this kind of application as he thinks fit. Okay, that means if he is satisfied by the criteria, he allows such application for the patent. Okay. Provided that means there is a condition. Provided that the controller shall not pass any order allowing or refusing an application to amend an application for a patent or a specification or any document relating thereto under this section, that means section 57, while any suit before a court for the infringement of the patent or any proceeding before the High Court for the revocation of the patent is pending, whether the suit or proceeding commenced before or after the filing of the application to amend. Fine. That means if there are any pending cases regarding revocation or infringement, okay, then the controller shall not pass any such order. Okay. Now, I think now it is clear, but still I will explain in a very simpler way. So just try to listen and to grasp the thing. Okay. We can say for this thing, that means for the first part of this subsection, we can say in very simple words. Just listen. The controller may allow the application made by a patentee for amendment. Made by a patentee or an applicant, okay, for amendment if he thinks fit. If he thinks fit. Okay, that means if he is satisfied with the fulfilled criteria. Fine. Provided, that means come to this part. Provided Any suit for infringement of the patent not instituted, or any proceeding before the High Court for the revocation of the patent is not pending. And another, we can say the situation must be, or the criteria must be before or after the filing of the application to amend. I hope now this subsection is crystal clear. Fine. So let us proceed to the next one. Subsection 2. Subsection 2 says every application for leave to amend, an application for a patent or a complete specification or any document relating thereto under this section shall state the nature of the proposed amendment and shall give full particulars of the reasons for which the application is made. Okay. So here the key phrase or the key term is application for leave to amend. Okay. The related rules are rule number 14, that is amendments to specifications, and rules starting from 57 and ending at 63, that are of chapter 6 of the Patents Rules 2003, and rule starting from 81 and ending at 83 of chapter 9 of the Patents Rules 2003. Fine. The relevant form is form number 13, that is application for amendment of the application for patent or complete specification, that we have already discussed. And you can see a single star mark in the statement of the subsection, and this single star mark indicates that the portion inside the square brackets is substituted by Act 38 of 2003. Substituted by Act 38 of 2002, Section 28 for within quoted marks you can see or a specification. Okay. For or a specification part, it is substituted as or a complete specification or any document relating thereto. Okay, and that is with effective from 20th May 2003. Fine. Now, in a very simple way, I would like to discuss the subsection 2. Okay, just listen carefully. And here also you can observe the letters in red. And these are the, we can say, primary, secondary key terms that we can give some sequences or some preferences as primary or secondary documents as per their importance. But now I would like to define, or I would like to explain the subsection in a very simpler way. Just listen. An application for amendment. Okay, an application for amendment shall state the nature of the proposed amendment, and it shall have the full particulars of reasons for which it is made. This is the simple meaning of this subsection. Fine. Now I think it is pretty much clear, so we can proceed. Fine. Subsection 3 says any application for leave to amend, an application for a patent or a complete specification or a document related thereto under this section made after the grant of patent and the nature of the proposed amendment may be published. Fine. So you can very well observe the underlined words, and here the key term or the key phrase is after the grant of the patent. Fine. Okay. So the simple meaning of this subsection is, I am telling, just remember. Okay, just listen carefully. After the grant of the patent, an application or specification or related documents can be amended. Fine. The nature of the proposed amendment may be published. This is the very simple meaning of this subsection. Okay. Here we can refer to Rule number 81, sub-rule 3 of the Patents Rules 2003, where Rule 81 is, we can refer from here. Rule 81 is amendment of application, specification or any document relating thereto. Fine. Then it has been given here, refer Form 14. What is Form 14? Form 14 is notice of opposition to amendment or restoration or surrender of patent or grant of compulsory license or revision of terms thereof or to a correction of clerical errors. Fine. and the single star here you can see this indicates the whole subsection, that means subsection 3 is substituted by Act 15 of 2005. You can just refer the Barrett for the detailed one. Fine. So this way friends, I think now subsection 3 is pretty much clear. So we can proceed to the next subsection. Fine. Subsection 4 says where an application is published under subsection 3, any person interested may within the prescribed period after the publication thereof give notice to the controller of opposition thereto, and where such a notice is given within the period aforesaid, the controller shall notify the person by whom the application under this section is made and shall give to that person and to the opponent an opportunity to be heard before he decides the case. Okay. So first of all, observe the key term or the key phrase here is any person interested. Okay. And also take a look at the words or the letters in red. Okay. So we can say here this single star indicates here substituted, the single star indicates substituted by Act 15 of 2005, Section 40, Clause B, Subclause 1 for advertised, and double star indicates substituted by Act 15 of 2005, Section 40, Clause B, Subclause 2 for advertisement. Okay, and for details please refer the Barrett. Okay, so in simple words I can say, or I can explain, I can define subsection 4. Just listen carefully. Okay, after publication of an application under section 57 subsection 3, any person interested gives notice of opposition to the controller and within a prescribed period. Okay. And also friends, my question is, please find out what is the prescribed period and answer me in my comment box. Fine. Okay. Next, the controller then notifies the applicant and the opponent an opportunity to be heard before giving any decision. This is the simple meaning of subsection 4. Okay, so I think it is pretty much clear now. So we can proceed to the next subsection. Fine. Subsection 5. Subsection 5 says an amendment under this section of a complete specification may be or include an amendment of the priority date of a claim. Okay, and the key term or the key phrase here is an amendment of the priority date. Fine. So this subsection is simply, we can say, this is to correct priority date of the claim. Okay, that's enough. Fine. And for this friends, please refer section 2 subsection 1 clause W for the definition of priority date. And that means what is priority date you can find there. And from that clause you can find it indicates to a separate section, and that is section 11, whose title is priority dates of claims of a complete specification. So please refer section 11 as well. Fine. So I hope it is clear now. Nothing much to explain here. We can proceed to the next subsection. Subsection 6 says the provisions of this section shall be without prejudice to the right of an applicant for a patent to amend his specification or any other document related thereto to comply with the directions of the controller issued before the grant of a patent. Okay, and friends, let us look at the single star now, and this indicates that the whole subsection 6 is substituted by Act 15 of 2005, and for the details please refer to the Barrett. Fine. And here the key phrase is without prejudice to the right of an applicant for a patent to amend. Okay, and the important words we can say that written in red, issued before the grant of a patent. So the very simple meaning of this subsection will be, just listen carefully. Fine. The right of an applicant regarding amendment of his specification or the related documents before the grant of the patent is not prejudiced by the provisions of this section, that is section 57 of the Patents Act 1970. That's all. This is the simple meaning of this subsection. Fine. So this way, friends, all the subsections of section 57 are completed. So please go through them in detail and please refer the direct as well, and please put down your queries in the comment box. Okay, fine. The reference is Patents Act 1970 as amended by Amendment Act 2005 and the Patents Rules 2003 as amended by Amendment Rules 2021. Okay friends, thank you all for watching my video and listening to me. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe the channel, and please put down your compliments, comments and queries in the comment box. Thank you. God bless you. Stay safe, stay blessed. Jai Hind.